What is a good client? What is a bad client? And how do you deal with the difficult ones?
Welcome back, we're back to it. Welcome back, we're right back to it. We're back. We're back. Right here's where it's at.
To define a difficult or a bad client, you have to look at the good ones. Luckily, all of my current clients are good ones. I've learned so much from them and I feel so privileged to have them on my team. So I've collected some of the things that I've learned and experienced with my good clients over the last years to kind of tell you how I feel like it is supposed to be. The first indication that your client is a good one is the professionalism and the kindness that you meet when you first meet them. If you feel welcome, if you feel included, if you feel like they are respecting you when you first meet, that is a very good way to start off a cooperation. Take Norwegian that I landed as a client last year. From the very first meeting, I felt like they were respecting me and they were listening to my ideas and my thoughts about how to make videos. I also really felt like they wanted to include me in the ideas, the brainstorming, and how to really move on forward with the productions. Whenever I went into a meeting with the people in Norwegian, I felt at home. I felt like they wanted me to be there and I felt like I was a part of their team. As a solo filmmaker, you're spending a lot of time by yourself, and being able to feel like you're a part of a team like I was with Norwegian means a lot.
Thank you for your vote of confidence, and welcome to the Investor Center.
The same goes for Red Bull. Whenever I'm visiting their offices, I feel like they're happy to see me, and I really feel like they're grateful for the products that I'm providing them. Getting emails saying that it's nice to have you on board means a lot. This is a proof of a great client. I did mention professionalism, and this is imperative to a good working relationship. That the client knows that you are the one who knows video, that the client knows what to expect from you and how to deal with you. Just a simple thing as knowing what you're worth or knowing what the kind of production you're making is worth. Those things are so important because otherwise you might get into a twist later on. For years, I was just being naive and thinking that everyone wanted the best for everyone, so I did not do contracts, for instance. Now I see that the most professional clients that I have, they're always operating with good client contracts. This is something that I've adapted to my own business, and this is why I always have client contracts, just to make sure that everything is clear before we start. Everything from payments, the right to the raw material, and the consent forms. I had one client who signed the contract and agreed on the price and still told me after that they were not willing to pay this, so they wanted to pay less. What? How do you deal with this? Obviously, I don't have to tell you that this is a sign of a difficult or bad client.
We negotiated a deal that gave you everything you wanted. Mr. Cooper signed it, and now you won't close until we take away the last shred of his dignity?
Bingo.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
In these cases, it can be hard because the client might be big in their field and you don't want to lose your name or reputation. So how do you go around this? Communication is key. So how you communicate this really will determine how the outcome will be. In this case, I referred to the contract showing them the rental prices, everything that was in the budget. And after a quick phone call, the client stepped back and said, okay, we'll pay everything. But obviously this was hard and it's not a very nice situation to be in. The same goes for clients that are not paying on time, because as a solo filmmaker, there is a chance that you're not having all that much money coming in, and one client not paying can be enough for you to be late paying your own bills.
Come on, you can't live off your parents your whole life.
I know that.
So making sure that you're making precautions if you know that the client is difficult like this could be a good idea. To me, a good client is a client that trusts you. So if you feel like you're being trusted with the idea, with the production, with everything that surrounds this project, you will feel better about the production and you will probably perform better. So this is a win-win. You feel like you're being trusted, they're giving you trust and getting a better product back. If a client has no idea about filmmaking, it is hard to tell you how to do your job. But still, there are some people who do this, and you might feel like they're kind of intruding into your ideas and your workflow. To me, this is a red flag. I'm not saying that the client shouldn't be involved in it, but say Protector Insurance that I'm working a lot with. They've been very clear with me saying that you know this, we don't, so we trust you. I love being challenged, but if you're being challenged on basic filmmaking things, it is hard to do your job.
That's my job.
If you're working with clients, there is a big chance that you're getting money for what you're doing. And at the end of the day, that is what's paying the bills.
How'd you pay for them? Credit card. And who pays for that?
This means that you need to know that you're getting your money. I really appreciate the clients that are accepting paying 50% upfront and then 50% up on delivery. If you're fortunate enough to get to a position where you can choose your clients yourself, I would go for the ones that really make you feel good, where you can have the creative freedom, where you can really prove yourself as a filmmaker and make good videos, because that is what this all is about, right? If you're starting off in a good way, there's a chance that you're ending it in a good way too. But if you're ending a relationship with a client, just make sure that you're ending on good terms, because if not, it will be a hassle. After all, you are by yourself and the client might be bigger than you, so it's David versus Goliath. I'm so happy with all the clients I have today, and I appreciate that they've shown me how a good client is supposed to be. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something and that you can bring this with you into your filmmaking business. Until next time.